Alright, so this video, I'm responding to a person who commented in one of my YouTube shorts about this white American dude, telling a lot of Americans to get their passport and to leave for freedom because of what's going on in America right now. So even though the message is really for black Americans to go, right? Because there is a potential P word, Pourge, coming to us. Some of us will survive, and a lot of us are going to be wiped off this land, the face of Earth. It's really going to be a small percentage of us still here. Because if you actually watch the Pourge movies and clips, you got to be built different for that stuff, and pretty much not leave the house. In fact, if you have to be honest, if you're not at home that day, and even if you're at home, right? If you have a dog, like my family, they have a dog. I know I talk about don't have a dog. Now it's not my dog, but my family has a dog, right? So imagine we're all in the house, right? And we have to stay quiet. If you have a dog, right, what happens when a person is approaching the front door or the area? What does the dog do? It barks out loud, woo, woo, right? You don't think the people out there with the rifles and the flamethrowers not gonna hear, right? That's boom, over with. And then let's say you just don't go outside, keep the door, which I don't understand is. And they Pourge, right? People are not dumb. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna hear the dog or hear you, and then if they don't hear anything, they're gonna come to the door, and then they're gonna find an area where it's not brick, get their flamethrower if they're smart, flame the house, and obviously, right, you wanna know when the fire starts. You might not know when the fire start. You're gonna smell the smoke probably 30 minutes to maybe 20, 30 minutes later, and then you come downstairs because you don't want to be downstairs during a purge. So when you're gonna have to come downstairs is probably gonna be on fire by the time you smell the smoke. You're gonna have to leave the house, and once you get out of the house, right, to not get burnt down, right, what's gonna happen? You're gonna see the shooter. You think saying, please don't shoot, you think that's gonna work? Out of here. So that's what I was trying to tell you. A lot of us are not gonna make it. I'm not saying that that's what most of them gonna do. I'm just saying they're not dumb. A lot of them, you see what I'm saying? So, but yeah, some of us might be prepared. Weapons rise. Right? But to this comment, right? He says, see you when you come back to America. I hope you don't, but I'm sure you will. Good luck. First of all, I haven't even left America yet. I'm just making the short YouTube shorts because we're gonna have to leave America. Black Americans are gonna have to leave, and pretty much all non-blacks are gonna have to go. So it's just. It's a process of getting out of here. You can't just get a plane ticket and go. You got to plan on which country you're going. You got to see if the country you're going is not having a lot of problems too, or a lot of politics problems too. You got to see how they allow foreigners to come over, how they allow foreigners to inhabit the land. Do they allow foreign homeless people? Do they have support programs? Is it easy to get a job? What is the residence work permits look like? What are the laws and regulations? So what are the requirements? Things you're acting like it's easy to just go, and then also a lot of us don't want to go. I want to actually stay here, but I'm gonna have to go. I got family here. You think I'm just trying to go? I gotta go, man. So I don't want to go, but I'm gonna have to go based off what's gonna happen, right? And he says, I hope you don't, but I'm sure you will. Good luck. And he says, hope I don't come back. Why would I come back when they're gonna get rid of me anyway? Right? Wouldn't the smart thing to be not to come back if you know they're gonna put you 6 foot deep in the ground? Wouldn't that be the smart thing to do? So, and I responded, a secret purge is coming to America, and blacks are going to be at a disadvantage, right? Now, if you want to know how the purge is going to happen, sir, I've already posted, right, to you. Go watch this video by Lex Will, right here. Watch the video, right? Watch the video. He explains through scripture. He gives you some movie reference. He gives you some, and the Terrell dude breaks down of how they're going to close the border. So it's a very amazing video. Should it be at 5,000 views right now? But like I said, they don't want us to focus on that stuff. They want us to focus on this right here. See what's on my YouTube feed? Yeah, I show my YouTube feed. Look, NBA 2K, Passport Bros, Nightcap, NBA, all these distractions, right? Rapper, delinquent rapper, right? Basketball, food, unhealthy food, how to get women, right? They want you to focus on all this stuff instead of the thing that they're planning while we're looking at all this stuff, right? So, yeah. And I said, anyone else that is misinformed about the upcoming Pourge that is being set up for the next 1 to 5 years, right? The reason I said 1 to 5 years is because, we don't know what you call it, of what the exact date is going to be, because the scripture says you got to be prepared. It can happen anytime, right? It's just this is a prediction because the 2028 election is going to happen in another two years, and there's a possibility Trump, the T-man, right? He could tell the people that he did on January 6th. There's a possibility he could say, "Hey, since I'm not going to get elected again, you got 12 to 24 hours to do what you got to do. All crime legal." Or it could happen later, 2030, when pretty much everybody is going to be jobless. And because the LinkedIn owner said about a few years ago that a year or 2 years ago, that 9 to 5 won't exist by 2030. So, or there's going to be another race riot, and, or you could watch this video and they'll tell you what's going to happen, right? You watch this, like I said, I'll give you a challenge, sir. I bet you're gonna watch my whole YouTube video until you go watch this, and I bet you and I are gonna watch a single second. But if you want to know what's gonna happen, watch this video, right? So the target and the people at disadvantage will be the Black Americans or any Afro person. This will also include immigrants who have to worry, as well as for the potential Pourge. So remember, a lot of these leaders, right? I'm not going to say the names. If you want to go find out, go look it up. You know who they are. They say we need to turn this into a white country. That's why I said any Afro person and immigrants, right? It's just the reason I'm saying it's mostly Black Americans because a lot of the non-Black people can actually go back to their country with citizenship and survive until their little conflict happen in their country, right? Us, there's nowhere for us to go. Nowhere. Now the rich blacks, they probably got money to get citizenship immediately, or they probably have already traveled the world and maybe got citizenship in certain countries. But us Black Americans, right? We're cooked, man. We're cooked of trying to find a place after here. So like the Africans, most of them have dual citizenship. I had a Senegalese friend. I'm not gonna say his name, but I've been in college, man. He was born in Senegal, went to school there, and he came high school. I think came to U.S. in middle high school. He played soccer, and he came to university, and then now he's going back, studying. He came here studying at University International Business, and now he's going back and forth to Senegal and other countries, to do digital nomad stuff, right? Travel the world, right? He comes back to U.S. sometimes, right? And I know he knows. I mean, and I know that he can go back home anytime he wants, right? So, and then I got some other friends that live in South Africa. I told you I got white European, white South African, I got black African. I told you you know, I got friends of all different colors and backgrounds, man. So, but a lot of them can go back to their country. A lot of them can go back to their country through dual citizenship. Now, a lot of immigrants, a lot of people whose parents were immigrants but were born here, it's gonna be hard for them to go back because you can't just, even though if you have a parent that was an immigrant to the country, who was from the country, you can't just go back and get citizenship because it's a process that they want you to go through to, get it. So, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna not be as hard as a Black American. I told you, they say that we have a 400-year lineage back to Africa. So in order for us to get citizenship, we have to trace back 400 years. Even though I keep trying to tell you, a lot of us never really came from Africa, came from Europe. So but the Americans who have family members who are immigrants, they will be at a disadvantage too, because the white I'm not talking about the bad, the good whites. I'm about, what I'm talking about, but they want to make it a white country. So on that day, obviously they're going to be going for us, but on that day, right? You don't think they would go for them too? If they're, you get what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's why I said, and then I have some Nigerian friends. Like I said, I got some Nigerian friends that look exactly like us, just a little bit hairy, right, or different, right? I got Nigerian friends, speak same slang, same dreadlocks, twist, just like us, right? They just not of the Black American lineage, they're of the African lineage. They're gonna be cooked too. That's what I was trying to tell you. Like, this is meant for Black people. We have to get out. So yeah. But please, before we say an ignorant comment like that, right? Can you please, think about reality? And if you want more information, go watch Lex Will's video with Terrell Browner. Go watch it. It's an hour. Just watch it after work. Watch her in the morning, and you'll learn. This is actually a very informative video. I get terrified. I'm like, and this what he. That's what he wants. Not saying that's what Lex Will wants, but out of all the videos he's posted, man, this is the most terrifying one right here. Where is it? Where is it? This one's terrifying too, but the Daniel 7:10, that is the most terrifying video he's posted. This one, yeah, this one's terrible too, but this is terrifying, man. That is terrifying, and it needs to be put out. But they want us to focus on the distractions. NBA 2K, Hebrew Israelites, right? College football. Like I told you, we're not, my people. Okay, Black people are not focused on, this stuff. They're just focused on, stuff that's not part of what's coming up, right? So, yeah. Please go watch this video. It's terrifying. Now you might not be terrified if you're white, but if you're not white, you should be terrified of this video. It's very Now, I'm not saying don't watch it, but I'm saying when you listen to it, it sounds really crazy because it's gonna happen, right? So yeah.